I've been doing this series for a month or so, spending a lot of time with the river. Tell me about canoeing, what it means to you, why you describe it as healing medicine when you speak about nature.
Well, the Algonquins have a teaching story, and it speaks about two groups of people traveling on the Great River of Life in canoes. And in one canoe, there's many people, but only one person in that canoe has a paddle. In the second canoe, there's many people, but everyone in that canoe has a paddle. So the storyteller from long ago would ask a young person, which canoe would you rather be in on the Great River of Life? Would you rather be in the canoe where only one person has a paddle, or would you want to be in the canoe where everyone has a paddle? And it was hoped that the young person would respond by saying that they would want to be in the canoe where everyone has a paddle. Because if you're on the Great River of Life, and there's only one person who has a paddle, that person is going to take the course he wants because he's got the control, he's got the paddle. Nobody and everybody else in that canoe has no choice but to go to where he wants to go. But if you're in the canoe where everyone has a paddle, the paddle becomes your voice, and you have a say. And if you don't like where the canoe is going to go, if you don't think it's going to go to a place of health, you could say, I'm putting the brakes on, because the paddle allows you to do that. Whatever you're a 3-year-old child or a 100-year-old grandmother, everybody in between, their voice needs to be heard in that canoe. Not only heard, but respected.
How important do you think it is that people get out and immerse themselves in their nearby nature?
I think they're duty bound. They should see it as a duty and a responsibility, because it's part of a history. Like without these rivers being here, would Ottawa be here? It wouldn't. It wouldn't be. There should be a day where Ottawa puts aside to honor the trees and the rivers. Some kind of a holiday specifically for Ottawa. Like, and they should look into that, because it's the right thing to do. Because if this great city exists, they should acknowledge what made it great. The things that if they weren't here, that there wouldn't have been no Ottawa.
A holiday for nature.
A holiday for nature. Let's go swimming in the river or paddling in a canoe.
Tell me a little bit about what it is about the natural world that attracts you as a person and as a poet.
Well, first of all, we're human beings, and as human beings, I don't think we're as great as the other things that Creator put here. And a big mistake was made in the past when human beings started to put themselves first and everything else second, like the water second, the wind second, the earth under their feet second, the energy of the sun and the fire second. You know what I mean? They put themselves first, and that's whenever negative stuff started to happen. And so to me, it's we should be as one with those things, and at least teach it to our children, because we've got no choice but to change. Something is going to have to give. We just can't continue the way we are, because the planet is not going to survive it. It's already very sick, and we should be doing something to help it to heal.